You're live.
Welcome to the Bro Show Live. This is episode 90. What is going on, everybody? I'm Skillbo1 and joined as always by the panel. And we have a special guest this evening, Uncle Rick from Caribou Heart Organics. What's going on, brother?
Hey, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Thanks so much for having me, folks.
Here's Rick.
Yeah, thank you. Just settling in here, figuring out new buttons to push, and of course, I'm almost betting that I'm going to get beaten up. And as if you folks don't beat me up enough in my chat, I'm really going to take a beating today. I can just feel it. Yeah, here they come. Here they come. There's Beelzebub.
Yeah, Prophet's already in there. Shout out to the Prophet and Drizzt,
Driz?
I didn't see I haven't seen Caribou come through yet, but I'm sure he'll be in here.
Cheers,
Oh,
Nick
he'll
Van
be
Dan.
here.
I see you too.
Yeah, for sure.
And you
There
see
he is.
Sequence has an interesting guest over at the house right now. You want to hold up those jars real quick and so we can tease somebody real fast? Those flavors, baby. Smashed garlic by
man.
Frogroli.
There we go. Focus.
Bam.
Look at that.
Locked in there.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Beautiful.
That's the last one I have to dab here.
How was the Durban? Primal
The Durban one
lemon.
was really good. So it was lime on the inhale and then Durban on the exhale, which was really interesting. This
Really
last
cool
one,
shit.
this
I'm
last
pissed
one
off
is
at how
really,
everybody's camera's working so good.
Welcome, Red.
this last one is really diamondy. So
Okay, I was gonna ask which one's your favorite consistency so
This
far.
primal lemons.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, dude. It's so easy to scoop out. It was great, and it looks
yeah,
so
I think
pretty.
that sort
It
of
looks
thing
like a
is
lemon.
the best consistency for dabbing.
I like that.
From me.
Cheers, chat.
Yeah,
Cheers,
cheers,
everybody.
chat. Chat is so crazy. I can't keep up.
Goes quick, man. Goes quick.
Fluffy just showed up, man. The whole crew's showing up for you, Rick.
It's that Nodi's crew, man.
I'm gonna spark this Spartan glue up. Finish this joint from earlier.
I'm smoking some GMO to start it off.
That's sacrilege. How can you start a joint of Spartan glue and not finish it, man? What the hell?
I took a nap.
Put it down, man.
It made him take a nap.
Yeah, I took a good one.
Red Setter Farm, welcome. What are you holding up, brother?
He's
Just
just
hold
gonna
it
continue
up.
to hold it up and not tell you.
Just
You're muted, buddy.
Red leather,
what the
yellow
fuck?
leather.
On Zoom.
Man, stupid Zoom.
Ah, man.
Well, I'm over here unmuted. I can hear myself talking. All should be well, on this end. Guess not. Did I miss introductions? This is
No.
Citric.
Citric, is that what you said?
We're easing our way into it right now. Oh, you got some Citric on tap? Sequence is going to be nice to you now.
Oh,
All is forgiven, Red.
peekaboo. Oh, no, look, Citric right here. Rainbow driver right here. Peekaboo. Oh, hi. Rainbow driver. Citric. I've been mixing the two. Last couple of days been really good.
I really would
Nice
like to
little
try
thought.
some of that Citric, Red. Wink.
A little. Ooh, where
Wink,
is it?
wink, nudge, nudge.
There it
Bob's
is.
your uncle.
There's a little.
I'd really like to try that one, Red.
Little granddaddy purple.
I want to know if it's like I remember it is,
It very much so. Like you would have.
I'm gonna go grab my concentrate that I got from Dinkman Dan. I'll be right back. I can't
Oh,
believe it.
nice.
All you
I just
guys
remembered what I forgot to do.
Nope.
Some better light.
Concentrate.
A better light action.
Rick, what do you got over there? What are you getting ready to roll up or smoke on?
You gotta unmute yourself, Rick. Hold Alt A.
Is that really the button?
I don't know.
Yeah, if you're in Zoom.
Cheers, Potent Bonics.
That was
How
all
do you know that?
terrible. I'm trying so hard with the light. It's just not working.
There we go. You should be good now, Rick.
Not working.
Cheers, Caribou Heart.
Okay. So yeah, I'm really getting into the CBD. I'm really enjoying. I got a nice 1-to-1 CBD here. I've got some heat that I'm squishing into hash. Forget where that came from. little bit of everything. I got my pipe, my little pen going on here, so I'm sure I got enough to make things work.
I like that. I miss having a CBD dabs just to have around. I need to get that.
It's really cool. I only was introduced to it like barely 4 or 5 months ago, and wow, it's
You've been smoking a little bit longer than 4 or 5 months, right? Just a
slightly
little
longer.
teeny bit.
Slightly longer, but you know, when I first started, it was all about that. Well, it was all recreational. It was all about that high, and never respected or appreciated the value of the medicinal value of cannabis. Not only CBD, but it was just the CBD that I just was introduced to very, very recently. But you know something? I tell you, I'll never apologize for the medicinal value of THC. Specifically, what I think of, and I think we can all maybe relate to it, is PTSD. A couple of these symptoms that cannabis THC will bring you is one, when you don't dream as frequently, i.e., have nightmares, which has got to improve a person suffering from PTSD. Also, I believe it keeps you in the present. In other words, you're not thinking about bad shit that went on in your life in the past, and those two properties alone for THC, you know, that really, that's logical. That's got to really help a person with PTSD.
I
I
think it
really like
levels out
that.
people too. Like people that have like either, you know, like high strung or somebody who's maybe high anger. It always levels people out and it makes you know everything not so bad kind of a thing.
I
too.
mix mine.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mix my
Yeah,
THC and
weed is
CBD
like
together.
perfect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a rough day at work, come home angry. Everybody has them. You just go hit the pipe, and usually you level out because it's like I love what Rick said. It snaps you into the here and now. You were worried about what happened at work 4 hours ago because of Dilly Dank over there,
That's the key,
but
babe.
now now you're fucking stoned sitting in front of your PC or whatever. You're focused on that because you're stoned. So
Well,
I
you
really
said
like
level
it.
out, you know what I mean? And that's the
Yeah.
thing is that, Rick, how long have you been smoking? How many years?
Oh,
Oh,
gotta be 50 plus.
50 plus years. So
Yeah.
Didn't I hear you saying caribou this morning? You've been growing for 35 years.
I've been growing indoors. For
indoors.
yeah.
Not
No,
outdoors.
look nearly
That's
that old.
crazy.
Sorry.
Back
You
when
don't
you had a
look
street
nearly
light
that old.
inside, right?
Okay.
Cheers, Indica.
Okay. One more time. One more time.
I said you don't look nearly that old, Uncle Rick.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. The gray's starting to come in here and there, but
Yeah.
I see George Clooney
You're still
myself.
Uncle
Cheers,
Rick.
Daddy
You're
Rick.
not Grandpa Rick.
hey, listen. I also, while it's on my mind, I want to say hi to Red. Red, we haven't met before. Pleasure to meet you. And I really want to commend you on the work you're doing with your podcast for harm reduction. I know each and every one of us know as a friend or a family member that has been affected negatively, and I just wanted to bring one thing to your attention. In Vancouver, there is a couple of storefronts now where you can take your street drug and have them tested. I don't know very much of. I'm just gonna try to bring up the website here. I know the fellow behind it is a fellow by the name of Dana Larson, who was a cannabis activist for many years. Opened a couple of illegal dispensaries. Finally, he was shut down, but now he's opened up this, and I just, my hats off to the number of people that their lives have been saved through something such as this. And his website is getyourdrugstested.com.
Easy to remember.
Very
Yeah.
easy to remember.
They have two outlets in Vancouver, and man, I just hope that the rest of the world can see the value of this too.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned PTSD like that because after the show tonight, we can all slide over to Polarity Science and catch another episode. Red, I know you got a couple topics lined up for that, so that's going to be good.
Uncle Rick, man, thank you very much for giving me that little bit of information. I'm actually looking it up right now. Make sure I write that down and inform and pass on that information. But that's incredibly valuable information, man. And just that little bit of knowledge that you helped pass on allowed me to pass it on to everybody. And thank you very much, man. That will expand that little bit of knowledge, and hopefully anybody who's in the Vancouver area is able to go get their tested. Hopefully that will expand throughout the nation of Canada. Maybe we can get that here in the United States. Obviously, we can't bring any of our substances up into Canada legally, so we need that everywhere, right? So thank you, Uncle Rick, for getting that out there. Hopefully we can broaden that, manifest that into reality, get it everywhere. If anybody in chat knows of these other places, it's very, very difficult probably to legally recommend some of these places you can take substances into. But I'd imagine they can legally test substances. It's a matter of how do you get them in their doors, I think is probably the issue. So anyways, if anybody does know of any other local places, maybe here within the States, that'd be awesome also. But thank you, Uncle Rick, very much, man. I really, really appreciate your support, brother. Thank you for joining the show today. Happy to have you on board also, man. And just in general, I'm going to be on Caribou on the 11th. So I really appreciate the offer to jump on your end as well. So just the whole merging, the crossing over of the two audiences and of the two, just, obviously the nations, right? Because Caribou is basically kind of international, right? A little bit based kind of in Canada. We have a huge base here in mostly Michigan. So yeah, man, it's awesome having the bridging the waters. So cheers, brother. Thank you very much for all the info as well.
Absolutely, Rick. But while it's on my mind, if I could indulge just a little bit longer, Red, I really enjoy. First of all, you have a passion for Michigan, and it really shows. You love the state of Michigan, and it was a number of episodes back where you used the infamous hand to describe.
Oh
Michigan.
shit, we know what this is.
Maybe.
Show and tell with Red Setter Farm.
Because I know that you showed us where you took your trip one recently, and how that was.
Somewhere Jack Greenstock is happy.
But the thing that really interested me was because I did take the time to get out a map and figure things out a little bit more. But okay, so if Canada is on the 49th parallel, this part of Michigan would be maybe right around 49 degrees. But you were saying how unique the climate zone is in Michigan. And I think you said this area here would be about level 40 or parallel 45.
Yeah,
just Spartans part
just
right
shy
now.
of it. Yeah, just a little bit north of that.
What's
yeah,
north of that?
The 45th parallel.
No, what's north of the 45th parallel?
I think it's
Luzerne,
the lakes that influence it a lot.
Okay,
wall, man.
so now this is Michigan. This is British Columbia. Okay, so we're on the, and I'll never figure out the east and west coast, but let's say this is we'll use this is Canada, and this is British Columbia. This is where I live. This is the west coast. That's the Pacific Ocean, and we are somewhere up near the center of British Columbia. So forget British Columbia now. Wipe that off. Okay, we're back to the 49th parallel, Canada, the United States. Okay, here's Michigan again. Now, here we go. There's Michigan. Okay, so this is the 49th parallel. This goes all the way across here. Two fun facts. Number one, 95% of the population lives within 5% of the 49th parallel. But 50%
fact check in.
of the population lives below the 49th parallel. So just from here over, and I know you got 3 lakes around you, everything but what, Lake Superior, Lake Ontario?
Superior is north of the Northern Peninsula.
Okay, so that would be, yeah. So, but right in that area, the Niagara Falls, Toronto, that whole area, that's got half of Canada's population. But this is the significance here has got to do with where you can actually grow plants outdoors. And I believe that there's not many places in
Love
Canada.
geography fucking classes on this show, man. They're the best.
Well,
It's a good time to speak about it because it's getting ready to be outdoor season and preparing for that sort of thing where the geography really matters.
Well, I'm thinking that because believe me, I've grown indoors for 35 years, but grown outdoors at least 20 of those, and the last 15 living up in the interior of BC, where we're probably maybe around the 49, maybe the 54th parallel. We just can't put together a growing season. It's just not possible. So I'm doing autoflowers this year because I just can't give up.
That's what I was going to
That's the
suggest.
spirit.
Yeah,
right
there you
there.
go. That's definitely in your realm of look. So how long would you say? Let me ask you this: is it still frigid up there? Like it's pretty cold today. Do you still have snow on the ground? Is it still well in like winter, or are you seeing signs of spring where you're at?
We're seeing many signs of spring right now. We still have below freezing and the rare occasion overnight. What happened with me personally was I've got a pellet stove that heats my house, and I just decided, you know what, I want summer to be here so bad. I'm going to stop using my pellet stove, which I stopped using 3 nights ago. Well, believe me, I've been colder than hell the last
Hey,
few mornings.
Rick, we
But-
had snow on
And you're
420, man.
stubborn too. You
We
won't turn
did.
it back on. will you?
We got
Yeah, down here in the
snow
thumb,
420.
we had snow, man.
I'll lay here and shiver, but I don't know what kind of a picture we've got going on here, but there's a mountain across the valley.
I love the view.
That's
You have a
amazing.
Beautiful
Yeah.
view, right?
That's beautiful, Rick.
I don't
Oh
know
my
why you
God,
don't
man.
stream from that angle.
Up in the air, man. Shit.
All right, the
That's my
next
focus
Broski
spot right
hangout.
there, Rick.
Everybody get your passports. We're going to British Columbia.
Going to
dude,
Perfect
Vancouver.
spot for
We're
that.
going
Oh,
to
yeah.
the 49th parallel,
I
right?
wonder how many of
We're
the
going to the
girls can get their
54th
passport.
parallel.
Dang.
Get your
Hey,
dimensional backpacks because
Hey,
this is
Bake,
gonna
what
be
was
fun.
your what the fuck were you down there? You were down in
5 and 4
Jacksonville?
is 9.
No, I was
everybody.
in Tallahassee.
9.
It's pretty much
Tallahassee.
it's the same parallel,
Yeah, man.
I think, but I don't know what
Was that
parallel.
Petoskey? Petoskey's up there. Petoskey's
Petoskey.
46,
Petoskey.
45, 46. North of
Petoskey.
45th, that's for sure. You get up like Gaylord. Gaylord? Which is north? Gaylord or
Grayling.
Grayling?
They're both
Gaylord's
north.
I get
north of
those two.
Grayling. I think
You
you
get
get
up
up
into
to
always confused.
It's
You
the
get up in the
fingertips region, man. You get up in the
Grayling
fingertips,
area.
man.
Yeah, Grayling area. You're kind of in the 45th parallel, I think.
Now in the Vancouver area, which is in the south
It's like the late
corner
sesh.
of British Columbia.
Oh yeah, dude, full on.
Many times they don't get snow over the winter. They don't even see snow. big difference in the climate there.
Now, even that far north, I'm guessing that you're just getting warm weather coming up maybe from the tropics of the Pacific Ocean, something like that. You're probably getting southern weather from the Pacific, probably up from the Philippines, stuff like that, probably coming up north, hitting the Pacific Northwest. Are you still considered, well, you wouldn't be Pacific Northwest of the United States, but are you still considered like the Pacific West of your region in
Yeah.
British Columbia?
Yes. Yeah. That'd be a fair
Oh
comment.
yeah, BC Bud.
Yeah.
At the West Coast for many years.
Yeah, so you're getting that good. You're probably getting a little bit of thermal heating from the good old Pacific. Well, South Pacific, I'd imagine. Mid
From
Pacific.
Hawaii, we get a lot of our
Hawaii.
from Hawaii. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. it is.
Tropical storm. Literally tropical storms.
Does it smell like coconuts? The wind?
Well, weed. Do you grow weed?
Do you bottle it?
For weed.
So So Rick, tell us about your grow style. Like, tell us about like you run soil and stuff. I think I'm pretty sure we probably talked about it on caribou and all that stuff, but you know.
I actually he's been highly praised on caribou, so I'm really interested to
Yeah,
hear.
we have to introduce him to
Oh.
our people, man.
Yeah, you have a new audience.
Well, so I grow in cocoa. I have been using the 3-gallon fabric pots. However, I've decided to switch over. Well, I'm always making changes, but I've decided to switch to the air pots. I find that the beauty of cocoa is it's pretty much impossible to overwater. But that in itself posed a challenge for me because my pots will be just drying out so quickly. So I'm gonna go with the air pot. I use LED lighting, and I use Remo nutrients and a drain to waste system. And yeah, I'm also in the process of installing a irrigation system as well. So what else?
Ramo Nutrients, that's a Canadian brand, right?
Yeah.
Can we get that down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Can
yeah.
we? Okay,
Yep.
I've heard a lot about that. I think Dude uses those too from Do Grows, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got to shout out Remo because he's probably one of the first cannabis growing channels that I think that I even came across. I probably came across Remo back when the dude in the green spandex was doing videos, or
Green
when I
Day.
was watching
You know what I liked? I liked
Bubble
it when
Man videos.
he used to take up like the fucking eighth of weed and he would grind it up and he would pack it all to one side of the grinder, hold his paper out, and then just flip it as like one big solid mass of fucking weed in there and twist that bitch up into a nice old tube, man.
You know,
how to
still,
roll.
the dude's still doing like daily grow room walkthroughs. He's still doing stuff. He was doing stuff with. Was he doing stuff with the Grey Gardener, or was it? Now this is Grey Gardener's Canadian. You may have seen some of his stuff, Uncle Rick. Great Gardener, and I also believe he would collaborate with Bubble Man quite often. They would kind of do back and forth videos. Great Gardener's kind of got his operation well up and running, but I'm pretty sure Great Gardener is up in the British Columbia area, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Actually, this whole social media thing, it kind of snuck up on me. I quite honestly, I'd given up on social media. Well, sometime last year, maybe even the year before. There's just so much negativity. With the exception, when my father passed, the love that I received from Facebook, it was cool. It was really cool, I have to admit. But
Did you have a MySpace, Uncle Rick?
do I remember? I remember it. That wasn't.
Did you have one of those?
No, I
did.
Oh,
What
man,
about a
dude.
Zanga?
What's wrong with that?
Oh,
Did you
what?
have one, Skilbo?
Zanga was right before MySpace.
No, dude, no.
Spartan had one? Hell
See?
yeah.
Spartan knows what's up.
I
what
had
happened
MySpace.
was-
I know Red had one.
Of course, I'm sure it's still up there somewhere. Me sitting on a front porch of some house.
Stoop.
Still
Sitting in
managed.
front of some
Yeah,
records.
Were you
Mine's,
stupid?
yeah, mine's
Does it
still
have
out there.
dancing
I would
bears on it?
have
Flip flops, collared shirt, college,
collared shirt.
A striped collared shirt.
all white.
We had a question in the chat
Crispy.
if you could
Shorts.
use a UVC light in your grow room with your plants in there. What do you guys think?
UVC, that's what you use for reptiles.
Like to
UVC.
disinfect whatever.
Oh,
Don't method sevens specifically protect against UVC because they are radiated off of high pressure sodium, double-ended high pressure sodium bulbs.
I believe so.
I think it would depend on which model, but I don't know.
Specifically the HPS Plus were marketed
Yeah.
as being able to filter UVC. They were working on a patent for that, or if not, have a patent for UVC filter. And that being specifically because it's emitted off of double-ended HPS. So you may
Yeah.
already be getting
Yeti
it
in the chat
grow room.
says stay away from it. They give off crazy
that's-
radiation?
When I was into reptiles, you would turn one on for your reptile for like 4 hours, and they would always tell you to make sure it's facing, not towards you for no reason.
It says
And you
UVB is
Yeah,
for
the ozone.
reptiles. B is for
Ozone.
reptiles, and C will
C
make you
for
blind.
cancer. Cheers, Dro.
Joe says C is
Yeah.
for cancer.
Okay.
So it
Speaking
sounds
of
like UVC is
Maybe
not
it's
good,
not
yeah.
UVC then.
Are you bougie, Red?
dude,
Yeah.
speaking of radiation, I'm actually holding a piece of radioactive glassware.
Nice, dude. That explains a lot of things about you.
It
You know,
does, doesn't it? It all
Yeah, this-
falls into place.
This
Yeah.
is uranium glass.
coming together.
There's actually uranium mixed in this glass. This
You ever
glows-
eat paint, Red?
glows
Is there lead
paint
paint
chips?
or-
Paint
Back in
chips.
the day.
So you drink out of uranium? Is that what you're saying, Red?
I haven't drank out of it yet.
P38
but,
modulator.
it is supposed to be safe to consume out of. Supposedly, you get more
Dude, what do you
exposure
say?
to
Let it drink.
radiation.
What
You get
sort
more
of
exposure to
occasion is
radiation on a
going
daily
to happen
basis.
to get
Yeah.
you to drink out of that?
Red, do you have like a
Everything in the
spoon,
urine-
a
everything
spoon,
in
some
the urine
sugar, and
is
some
I'm
old
expecting
wormwood?
to turn into like a supersetter.
wormwood?
Is there any
It looks
gamma?
like it-
Going.
Is there gamma in there?
It looks
Uh,
like it's for absinthe. Looks
yeah.
like you should be drinking
Yeah,
the
some
That's-
wormwood,
fucking
sugar
face in the
cubes.
green
This
It
is
beer.
looks
for-
like there's
Blood in it?
gamma in there.
This is for special elixirs. No, there's uranium in there, baked. Actual uranium is in the glass.
It's nuclear powered, bro.
It's called uranium
Bro, I
glass.
wouldn't even touch that. The feds are all over you.
There's somewhere between 2 and 25%
Feds, you said.
uranium
All over
in
Oh,
that.
that.
yeah.
In that.
They're like, this guy's amassing uranium through
By
glassware.
Yeah,
by the
It glows.
color,
Scary.
the color of it, I'm guessing it's of a higher percentage. And
You know the good
lower-
thing though is when you start glowing from that shit, you'll at least be in the green spectrum, so
The-
you
the
won't flip
lower
the fucking plants
yellow-
out.
That
the
or he'll
lower
have
go in
yellow
there when the lights are
powers.
off.
is probably in the 2%.
I was thinking like
This
Hulk
is more
stuff.
of an emerald, but it
You're
does glow under a UV ultraviolet
That's pretty
light.
neat.
Yeah, it's way wild stuff. So the time frame of that is 19th century, late 19th century. So like late 1800s into the early maybe 20s at latest. They stopped using uranium around 1920 or so, basically
Does
because of the
it-
Depression era.
Does
Does it glow in the dark? Yeah, man. Black
It
light
doesn't
action?
glow in the dark, but it glows under black light. Yeah, totally fluorescence under black light. I don't. have
Dave's
one
got
up
the
here
real
else I'd
tips
show
in
you,
chat.
but-
He said, "Do not bring a black light to your next hotel room stay. It's better. You'll sleep much
Yeah,
better."
yeah.
No, no
Good
way,
point,
dude.
good
Oh
point.
yeah, terrible idea. Terrible idea. I
Show it off,
I fortunately got a little glass juicer as well for juicing lemons, specifically glass and juicer combo for doing some lemon tech action, little fun activities with the juicer and the ultraviolet radioactive reflective glassware.
Juicer in the bedroom.
I didn't say in the bedroom. I didn't say bedroom play of juicer, but having
Does it involve
Juicer
those
in the
long ass
bedroom.
yellow gloves for the
Baked is
kitchen?
gonna
to
what is
snap,
it
snap?
with the
right?
bedroom?
Yeah.
It's just glassware.
This came
Sure,
with
looks like
that
a Jackson
screen
Pollock painting.
protector this morning.
Oh, I thought it was for like looking at dog pee or something on
For
the floor.
lemon tech.
Are you
Yeah.
sure that's what that's for?
For juicing lemon.
Red, I don't know. That looks
You guys are
Suspect.
Right, that looks like a bar stool.
you guys are ridiculous. Pour your lemon juice.
So that has radiation in it too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this this
radioactive
has
boofing.
uranium in the glass. This I'm guessing is a less percentage of uranium based on the color. This is a little bit deeper.
Red,
I'll
are you
get
even
that one,
smoking
too.
yet? Or are you just
Dank
doing show and
Vader.
tell?
Yeah,
at
I
9:29?
blasted. I
Okay.
blasted.
I don't know what the hell's
Yeah,
going on.
let's get back to Greg.
Come on, Painted Lady, bring us back
I
in.
got to shout out. I got to shout out her shop. What is it? Boho Bliss. Boho Bliss on Instagram is where I got some of the stuff. She's a local Michigan
Uranium
an-
supplier.
antique. She does
yeah,
antique.
yeah. I got one of those.
She does
too.
antique.
She's
so-
Russian. She needs a translator. She doesn't speak.
Yeah, this
antique.
all seems
I also
seems
got
like
this.
normal.
All right.
This awesome
Cheers,
sun
lobster.
from her. Like this is the type of shit
Cheers, Raider.
you get from
Who's Raider and Lobster?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's
thank you
gnarly.
guys.
Dude, this
Yeah,
thing
thank
weighs
you.
like
That's fucking
5 pounds.
gnarly.
This thing weighs like,
like
it looks like it's
lobster.
wood or something. This thing's like
What the fuck
stone
is
or
that thing?
solid ceramic.
It's supposed to be a sun?
It's a creepy sun. I'm not sure what era this is from. I'm guessing it's
Like
old as shit.
Creepy
though.
era.
Creepy era, dude. Creepy.
1940s.
I'm guessing 40s. I'm guessing 40s by how just awkward and creepy this is.
There's
a
there's something I want to read to you.
awkward
Red.
era.
Kingfisher says, Red, like, here is my weed, here is my kombucha, here is my uranium.
Daddy Red. Did they have stuff like that popping around in the you don't know. You weren't a child until the 50s, but shout out to Dad Red. He came to being in the 40s. That is a great decade, actually.
Speaking of the 40s, let's go back to Uncle Rick and his 700 years of growing experience.
I was gonna ask Uncle
Yeah.
Rick, what are you growing now? What
Oh,
strength?
Skilbo, look, I can't even I'm sorry. Skilbo is probably just so fucking happy that he gets to be the guy picking on the guy who's older than him now.
That's a good point. That's
No,
a
you know what? You know what?
Waiting for this.
I'm not even the second oldest person on this panel. There's number 2.
Oh, sorry. There you go. That's okay.
Yeah,
I can't a
point
kid,
that
and
out.
I see you in chat.
I'm not even the third then, so that's cool.
Yep, I'm older than Skillball, motherfuckers.
I'm the oldest guy at my work. That fucking sucks.
That's no
Whatever.
surprise.
It's all,
Is this like
you-
Boomers Anonymous going on right here?
I guess so.
What's going on here?
They just meet up and smoke.
Yeah.
Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me, but isn't this show supposed to be all about me?
Yes, let's get back to you, Rick.
Exactly.
I want to know what kind of LEDs.
Yeah, you left off at LEDs.
And Sequence also asked what you were growing too.
Thank you,
Look
painted
at you.
ladies. Let's get back on track here. Well, I'm very proud to say that actually I'm all of my genetics on this run came from caribou, and so in there I have Slurricane and Super Silver Haze.
Good shit there.
I have some Charlotte's Web, which I'm
That's
really
CPD.
excited about.
Yeah.
And a strain that caribou crossed, a Violator with a Chem Dog Afghani. So I got a real nice selection. I think I got a pic here of, this is one of the, whoop, come here. This is one of the Super Silver Haze.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I just chopped it down a few days ago, and
Keeps you busy trimming for sure.
it's hanging and drying as we speak.
Looks good. Is
Sorry?
that one of your favorite strains?
These are all honestly new to me, so I'm anxious to give them all a try. But I'm
Did you
sorry,
keep clones of any of those strains?
These are pretty much all part of Caribou's genetics, so he's looking after all.
Yeah,
Are
there
they-
you go.
So
It's
they were
all-
cuts then?
Did I what?
Were they clones then that you got, or did he give you seeds and you popped them?
I got a combination of the two. I got some clones and some seeds.
Cool. Yeah, that
Yeah.
Super Silver Haze won so much stuff way back in the day. That's
Oh, yeah.
like a brickstone for a lot of strains. People don't realize.
Yeah, no, it's really looking good. I'm sorry about my dogs here. I gotta keep an eye on my mute button, but and the Slurricane, it's really got some beautiful colors. And you know what? I have had the Charlotte Web before, and that is really nice. Yeah.
I think I remember watching that caribou when you guys were talking about how you were just starting to get into that strain and how awesome it was. So yeah, I've never tried it. I've never actually really done any of the CBD strains. So I'm kind of curious from what you guys have been talking about to kind of try it and give it a shot, especially on a day like today when it was transplant day for me this morning. So my back is a fucking wreck.
Oh.
Probably be pretty good about now, but anyway. What kind of LEDs and stuff are you using?
What type of LEDs? I've got the HLG 650R and
Damn.
also
Sweet.
the
Not horsing around.
yeah.
Good choice.
How long have you had that? You like it?
Yeah. I've always been somebody that I want whatever's new and cutting edge, and sadly I got into LEDs like 13 years ago and invested a lot of money for nothing. I mean, it was just very terrible technology. But it's been a game changer in the last number of years. Lost my train of thought. I think the one thing I wanted to say was about the LEDs. I'm blessed with a 12-foot ceiling, so I can allow that space between the canopy and the light, like like I'm probably 48 inches above my canopy, and
Nice.
so I get the benefit of that.
That's awesome.
Now,
12 feet.
There's a question in chat for you, Rick, and I know the answer because you were just talking about this today on the show, on your guys' show. But they were curious why you brought clones in and didn't do your own. And I know you'd said on your show it's because of your plant count, but if you want to just kind of go through that and why they're interested, why you don't either pop seeds or make your own clones.
Yeah. What it pretty much comes down to is, personally, right now, is lack of faith. To have a responsible mother room, it requires a decent amount of faith, in my opinion, and I just don't have it. I've done a lot. I mean, when I first started 35 years ago, like I didn't know anything. Like there was no internet, man. I mean, there was nothing.
Get it to finish how you can.
It was all trial and error, and he's not high. Where was I going with that one?
So you had to grow. So who did show you the way? Did you just say, fuck it, I'm going to start learning on my own because it's expensive? Or did someone was someone?
No, it was quite frankly, how it happened was, I was buying my pot from my pot dealer, like everybody was. And I thought, why don't I start selling to my friends? So instead of buying an ounce, I'll buy a quarter pound and I'll sell it to my friends, and then I'll get the smoke for free or something like that. So I went to my pot dealer and said, I want to get in the business. And he thought I wanted to get into the growing business. I just wanted to be a little pot dealer. And he got so excited. And he said, really? You want to get in the business? He said, come with me. And he took me,
Couldn't wait to show you.
blindfolded me, and took me into this room and took the blindfold off. And man, it was like, it hit my heart and it's never gone away. And I just had to do it. And so I thought, well, I don't know what to do. So I was probably using, Miracle Grow or whatever it took. I know the first grow I had, I was in the garage, and I didn't insulate it. And at nighttime, I'd be like a beacon shining in the neighborhood because I'd have beams of light flashing out of this place. It was, wow, that was a long time ago.
Awesome.
I love that story.
Yep.
I want to be a dealer and you become a grower.
And
That's the best.
that's the truth. It's never left me, man. Never
What a
left.
blessing, though.
They
like,
say
too.
Canadians aren't argumentative or anything. They'll just agree. So you just went with the polite way. Okay, I guess I'm going to be a grower now.
Got a way better job, that's for sure.
Yeah, you got to skip a step because most of the people I know that have grown that at one point dealt first, and then you get to the point like, why am I middleman in this? I'm just gonna grow it. So that's awesome. I like that.
I know how I got into it. I just needed some cashish. I just happen to have a good basement.
I just wanted to sleep through high school.
And now I love it. Just like you said, Rick, right? As soon as they came into the house, it was like, oh my God, this is what I've been supposed to been doing my entire life.
I think that's what a lot of people miss, that is the people who just smoke it, they don't get to grow it. And I think there's a lot of healing just in that, I don't know, Zen, or you call it meditation.
Yeah, it's the community of it, man.
Yeah.
It's the good vibes and the goodwill.
It's just rewarding to put in hard work and get rewarded for that hard work, kind of a thing. I don't know. I think that's what it is for me. Or I don't know. It's a living thing too. It's like you're taking care of a living thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
When I look at some other plants that are 12 months old, and yeah, I've cycled a few harvest between them, but I look at one single plant that might have just been sitting perpetually just in veg for upwards of like 12 months, maybe sometimes more, you know? It's like, wow, I was able to keep this plant alive for so long. I didn't neglect it. I didn't, you know, if I missed 1 or 2 days, or if I didn't monitor it at one point over this year, didn't get enough water, it would have died, you know, and it's still here. That's like a huge achievement. You kind of pat yourself on the back with, even when you pull a successful crop, or even when you learn from a failed crop, or just anything, you know, it's all just so many facets to like what can make you feel just so good when you're growing, when you're learning. You're constantly evolving. I finally have a joint rolled. It's been 40 minutes.
41.
Cheers.
Who's counting?
Who's counting?
Oh,
Let's wait till
no.
42.
Unbelievable.
So, Rick, do you do like perpetual mono? Do you just fill up a room and harvest
Yeah.
it all? How do you?
Yeah, in the past, I've preferred to do a monocrop. You know, there's challenges in life all the time, and I had mine this time, and so I ended up with Caribou was able to help me out. But that's the way I like to give plants their attention is if they're taking different nutrients, and it's really hard for me anyway to not treat them differently.
So you mean you'll clone them out and do one strain at a time?
I would just do one run, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like, see, like I got a mix right now, but I love that. I love the chaos right now. But like everyone's
too.
different. I talk to
like-
them all, and I'm like, you're doing great. So I've scolded one of them, but yeah.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah.
What did you do? What did she
I
do?
I just have she's got 2 sisters that are just phenomenal. It's the Tart Pops, and she's just making little tiny nuggets that they're not gonna do much. And I'm just like, look at your sisters, you know. Look at that's what you want to do, you know, pump it up. She's got 20 days ish or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's really fun doing all the craziness. But I bet you've been there and done that, so I can see doing monocrop.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So how'd you get involved with Caribou and all the cannabis guys?
The
I can't
herd.
say Caribou and cannabis in the same fucking sentence. I don't know.
Yeah, now rub your tummy.
Now pat your head.
I
Yeah.
blame this pineapple cane.
Ooh.
Yeah, pineapple
It's
cane.
sticking to the jar.
I know. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I wish I could take credit for growing it, but I can't. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cheers to the grower of that.
So how many more months y'all got up there, Rick, till the frost stops?
It's just about behind us. I got a pond in the north side of the house that's still got a little bit of ice on it, but the robins are out, and I saw a dandelion the other day, so there's good things happening.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we got hit with that random snow a few days ago.
Oh yeah,
But I'm hoping it's over so that we can all get ready for the outdoor season.
for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Right
So
now, one of the concerns here is that we don't have a spring flower or light cycle yet. We're still in a 12-12 light cycle outside.
Oh.
Uncle Rick, do you know when you'll be in like a spring light cycle up there?
Well, spring life cycle.
Yeah, so like if I put a clone outside right now, it would go into flower right away because it's still 12-12 outside. So it's a little bit later in the year when you get to a point when the plants will actually go through a veg cycle before they flower.
Really?
That's the
Really?
interesting.
Yes, sir.
That's the interesting thing about Michigan too, or I mean everybody north of us too. So I'm sure this affects Rick.
Loudmouth.
Yeah, is that we never. I don't think there's even a point in the dead of summer that we ever get to 18 hours. I don't think there's ever not a point in the year that we ever see 18 hours of light. So don't if you're making clones or seedlings and you're starting them early inside, don't start them under 18 hours light because you can take them outside and they're gonna get less light and that might flip them. They might flip and then start re-vegging and it'd just be a mess.
We get real
we're at
close
13
to it.
hours right now.
We get real close to it down here. I know it'll be just past 10 o'clock sometimes when the sun will just finally be getting dark. And
The sun
if
starts
you,
coming
if
up
you
by
sit up,
5.
yeah, it's like mid-June, late June. If you sit up to like 4 in the morning, the sun will just start creeping up around 4 in the morning. Birds will start chirping around 3:30, 4 a.m.
Bend the ultra, old school.
Lots. That's that month that I like used to. It's been a long time since I have. Now that I'm responsible, you just pull a lot of all-nighters in the old month of June and July.
But the 21st of June is still the longest day of the year.
Yeah, 21st, 22nd, solstice. I think that's another one of those things where you get above that 45th.
Yeah,
You get above that 45th parallel, you're probably going to be getting closer in the range of 17, 18 hours of darkness every day. Or
Well,
wait, reverse
some-
that. Or
some
reverse
strains
those
take
numbers,
longer, too.
14, 15.
Some of the equatorial strains that are used to more daylight, you know what I mean? They won't start to flower at the same time as maybe some of the other things that might be more like he was talking about an Afghani cross. If you had like an Afghani leader.
Ooh, I'd be curious if you'd get some of those equatorial strains to actually flower if you went far enough north. Like if they'd even
You had time.
flower at all. Yeah. 50th parallel, maybe they won't even flower. Just don't have enough darkness in your cycle. Or I'm probably saying this wrong. Daylight in your cycle.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing that you only notice outside, right? Because the plants go into flower at different times of the year, depending on how much night there is and daylight. And some of the plants may never even go into flower. It's a good observation.
You can trick it with supplemental lighting outside and like blind your neighbors
the
or
old
like
way.
use a greenhouse and do light deprivation.
Yeah.
And
Who was
that's
it that
where
put
all
in the
these
chat
other
where they
tricks
had
come from.
something?
all those purple lights? Remember they were showing like somebody was driving to work
Yeah.
and shit, and it was just the whole sky was lit up.
Something I always thought was neat was crescendo because it went into flower really early in the year, but it flowered for a long time. So it kind of made up for the lengthened flower by flowering earlier. So it finished flowering early still.
Shit,
So
what
you
about
could-
that one crazy sour melon?
Yeah, yeah, that one too.
That was another one that went weird.
So you could grow it in Michigan, you know. It's nice to find those strains that will actually initiate flower earlier rather than worrying solely about the flower time. You can kind of use that as well to to your advantage outside.
I've seen some people also begin a little bit of light depth early in the season. By early in the season, I mean early August, late July, something like that, by using like a trash can or like some random form of like single light depth on like one or two cultivars that might take a really, really long time, right? So if you can trigger them early and then you can remove the garbage can when you start getting into like the muggy season, you know, and it starts getting really into the humid season, you can really kind of get rid of that. And you might have to put some air holes in. I don't know. Find out. I mean, I'm sure there's a dozen different ways to make it actually work. And I'm sure there's a lot of ways to destroy your plants by doing it. So I think it's an interesting topic.
It's a good tip though, because if you can get away with doing it for like maybe a month, then you can stop doing it when it's actually 12/12 outside. And then maybe get away with a way shorter flower period.
So when I heard you speaking of Michigan, Michigan would be a fairly long state. Like, okay, like say the very bottom of Michigan, if you were to go directly west all the way to the Pacific Ocean, where would you be in where? Like Northern California?
Couldn't get to the Pacific. You'd hit Lake Michigan first.
Hold up.
We have to go south to go anywhere.
He's giving you a
it's surrounded by lakes.
hypothetical.
Oh my God, always got to be so technical.
Yeah, so
Oh,
fucking literal. All right.
I'm just high. I just heard the first part.
It
of the
looks like
question.
you'll hit the
Yeah.
north of California. I'm looking on their Google. North of
Oh.
California.
Okay. Okay. So,
Northern California. I should
which
say.
is just about optimal when people think of optimal growing conditions for pot. It's like Northern California. So, the southern part of Michigan must be.
Hold up though. You gotta throw in the peninsula,
Oh.
the peninsula like science, unit.
This
Well, I
new
was
guy
gonna
to
go there,
Michigan
but I
wants to
didn't-
just
It's-
lecture.
I was gonna
Dan.
go there, but I don't want to get yelled at again.
It's wacky here, just like in Florida. It's fucking, I don't know. It's all over
Well,
the place.
This Irish setter would love to talk about the Irish Hills area that is hilly,
Show 'em in the
humid,
hand.
loaded with lots of lakes, and just has incredible terroir for growing cannabis. Yeah, we're on like a very similar latitude as Northern California, and we also have Great Lake effects here in Michigan.
Here's a
We have
map I found one
Swiss
finally.
cheese
Oh,
of just
there we go.
lakes. Then that's one of the reasons I chose the Irish Hills area, because it's actually like Michigan's second best area for growing wine. We have a great wine industry in northern Michigan near Traverse City. Now there's a Grand Traverse Bay and Petoskey Bay. There's a couple other small peninsulas up in that area that is excellent and famous for wine production. Probably because of the sand that it grows in, probably because of the dunes grown in pine and acidic soil. Just great for it. You get down into our region, it's a little bit more clay base, which is going to be, I think, great for growing cannabis. And I can't wait to be able to grow outdoors in the Irish Hills area, because
See, I would say for the terroir around here,
fantastic
that
cannabis.
due to the glacier activity that we had, all those years ago, that we would have a really, really nice level of micronutrients as well in the soil.
That's, I think, what we have great of. I think that what we're missing is a lot of the old forest fungal
Yeah, we cut that
network
shit
that
down
the
100 years ago.
Well, we cut it down, but we also like you're talking about the glaciers. A lot of it was scraped down in a way where like a lot of the other areas just still have thousands of years worth of that. We kind of
Sequence, can we change the name of this show to the geography episode 90?
We're really off the rails, aren't we?
geography rocks, guys.
Uncle Rick, what's your
That time.
favorite?
Baby, come back.
What's the favorite strain that you've smoked in all your time?
Boy, oh boy. I guess there was a couple that come to my mind. One was a Samat from Sumatra, and I'm thinking about that. I like in my days, it was just the name of the country it originated from. It wasn't sour purple.
Right, like Colombian gold and Acapulco gold, whatever.
Panama Red.
Real basic, real basic. Yeah.
Thai
Yeah.
stick.
If I can hold my thought, there was something else. It had to do with our show this morning, but okay. To answer your question, it was Sumatran, which was that was just incredible. The other one was the Thai stick. If anybody have ever heard of Thai stick?
Yeah, like Spartan said, back to geography again.
Don't ask me where Thailand is, but yeah.
Right by Bangkok.
Right by Bangkok.
Their gimmick was wrapping it up in a stick. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's your favorite strain to grow?
I've been sampling more. I was avoiding growing sativas because of the way they stretch, but more recently I've been using a straw netting system, and I just love it. And I'm spreading them out more. So yeah, I've grown recently red Congolese, which is a really nice sativa, and yeah, so I that's what I'm enjoying growing more now. I haven't. I'd be anxious to see the. Oh, you guys talk about it a lot. It really stretches. Not the
Haze?
GMO.
GMO.
Yeah,
GMO.
I had a feeling that was.
I was about to
Yeah.
say you got
Good call,
12-foot
Big.
ceilings. You need to get some of that. Yeah.
You definitely
Yeah,
need
I
GMO.
agree.
You could
Or
do a
Heiselberger.
great system.
Slurricane is a good one.
Think of the
see
yield
that.
that he could pull on something like that. If he's able to veg one out, you were talking about excessive veg times and shit. You throw a
Yeah.
GMO in there that's 5-6 feet tall and just let it rock and roll. Open
With a
her
good
up.
scrog.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
just
Holding
open
it
it up,
up.
man.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't do that.
Don't do that. That's the
Three-
guy who grows hundreds.
Yeah, maybe 3 feet tall at the maximum. Not even that.
So Rick, if you've been growing for 35 years, I'm interested to hear how your growing style has changed from 35 years of, technology, 35 years of, hey, buy this, it'll help you grow. Hey, there's got to be so much equipment you've gone through and things like that.
Right? Have you tried soil? Have you tried DWC? Have you tried
Yeah.
aquaponics? That sort of thing.
I've pretty much absolutely tried everything, and
Butt chugging.
ironically, hydroponics was the first way that I ever tried.
Dove right in.
The drove.
Really, and
Yeah.
since then I've found, I've learned that it is very unforgiving, and but then I've tried the flood and drain and grown with the. I grow a cocoa now, but the Rodane, what are they? The Rockwool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rockwool flood and drain and soil and DWC. Yeah. And yeah, there's no question in my mind that hydroponics is the absolute, the best for
Yeah.
growing.
High
But
risk, high reward.
I guess so. But it's like I said, it's the most forgiving and unforgiving, and you can lose everything pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh. So did it take you a while to transition to LED? Well, I guess you said you did LED for a while, but like, did somebody have to talk you into it for a couple years, or were you just like, oh, this looks good, I'll try it? Because I know a couple people you have to really, prove to them these LEDs are better than
Were you
or
attracted to the
worth
pink
it.
lights at the
Yeah.
beginning?
I was just talking to somebody on Reddit about that shit this morning. They were talking about lights, and I went into my whole spiel of like,
But they were all pink back then.
there's just so many ways you can do this.
I don't
Yeah.
think that there was a full spectrum LED for like 2 years.
I think that's about how long I've been using the full spectrum. Yeah. I had such a bad taste in my mouth when I first got into the LEDs that I thought I'd never go back. But then I got into the double enders. I missed the CMH, but I hear really good words about them. But I missed that part. But then I went from the double enders to the LEDs, the all white. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you start with the 650 with your all white LEDs?
Actually, I started with the Spectrum King, the 600, and it
Okay.
was the good show that I really I speak very highly of them. I trust them, and that's what got me to go back to try them again. And I certainly have no regrets. It was a definite game changer in my room. Yeah. That's a beautiful picture behind you, Sequence.
Thanks,
That your-
man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
that brings
like
back good memories right
Yeah.
there. It's
Yeah,
fucking
that's
beautiful.
the
grow, man.
greenhouse last year, so that's my photo period, my genetics behind me, and then the auto is a little short one.
How tall were your ceilings?
Ooh, wow.
16 feet, I
16
think.
foot from the center. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then to point out about that little teeny auto, what I thought was really smart is that he did a staggered thing with multiple runs of autos, and he kept those in the aisle where he had the larger photo periods in the 25-gallon pots, and those things just cranked out the fucking weed with the Netafilms.
Allegedly, we grew about
Allegedly.
70 autos, maybe, plus photo period plants.
This one is when you say, excuse me, when you say the small one, I mean, I'm looking at that's at least a full.
The
little teeny
small,
one,
the
the little
little
teeny
plant
one.
in the corner,
All
right
the way to
above
the
the
right.
logo.
Yeah,
It's
see it?
like 4 foot tall from the
It's in
ground.
like a
maybe.
3-gallon pot.
Maybe 5 foot tall from the ground.
My goodness, that's incredible.
But yeah, those are in 7s, I think.
What was that? Was Anvil's, Bobby's Widow, and what was the third one? I wish Tara was here. She'd remember.
The plants
Yeah.
that are the big plants are in 45s. Those are big.
45s.
Yeah, those plants were very nice.
Gem.
Beautiful.
Oh
do you
man,
do
he
anything-
had like the best everything in there.
Mandalorian genetics. Good autos.
Rick, do you do anything other than flour? Like, do you do any post processing? Like, do you do any kind of a concentrate, like rosin, or do you just make butter? Do you do anything?
Hash
like
time,
that?
by the way.
Yep, it's hashtag.
It is hashtag.
Sorry,
call.
sorry guys.
Good catch.
Yeah.
I can't hold my thought.
It's okay. It's hash time. That's what it's for.
That's what happens when you hang around us, Rick.
Yeah.
You fit right in.
Rick,
Right.
if you ever come to Michigan, you'll have to
Oh.
come fucking smoke with us, man.
Here.
What do they say up there? Hop the border? Well,
The ER will not let Nick smoke, so everybody take an extra rib for him, man. Hope
Oh,
you're
no.
doing better, man.
So here's
Yeah.
some Michigan
That's pretty
trivia
good.
for you. Big.
Buzzkills.
Just so you know, if you get called a troll, that's what the people that live in the Upper Peninsula call the people that live in the Lower Peninsula because we're below the bridge.
We never see them though. They so rarely come down.
I've been called a troll a lot. So
We're down here under that bridge.
it's because my mom lives up north, so I go.
Who
up
is
there a
that
lot.
trip trapping on my bridge?
Yeah, but Red Hot Chili Peppers wrote a song about us, so not them.
I like to remind
Sorry,
the
Bruce.
UP that they get left out of maps all the time. Like completely.
What's everybody smoking on for hash time?
I am smoking on some Primal Punch F1.
Nice.
I just had some random flour smush rosin. I think I smushed in a 75 micron at 185. But it was either Crescendo or Web Eddy. Our stuff got mislabeled, so we got a couple rando jars.
Ooh, there's some good stuff in the chat. Watermelon gelato,
Dab it on some Midnight from the Terp Shack.
Ooh,
Turb Shack, baby. Yeah.
invisible dabs. Those are sick.
Yeah, dude.
I get that primal punch out of the refrigerator, so I love it when it's really cold. So it's got that. It's real easy. You can just slice it like a.
Oh,
like
I got
bread.
the focus and everything.
Oh, there we go.
Cooperation.
Very nice.
Black Lebanese hash. Badass cookies OG.
What do you got, Yay?
Black cookies.
You know, yeah,
Wedding
he's dabbing something.
Crashers.
What?
First
Red's
time
got some
working
Death
with
Star.
it. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers, and then that was a trial run. I'll be working with Z Crashers next week. So
Oh,
hopefully
okay.
get
What's
some different.
that? Some Skittles in there or something?
Yeah, I think it's Wedding Crashers and Skittles cross.
Okay.
I don't know what the Wedding Crashers cross is.
Yeti,
When-
let's see your rig.
That's a seed
Oh,
junkie
some
one.
Death Star in chat too. MK Ultra.
Good.
Critical Kush.
heard
Don
some
Mega
of that.
Rosin. Bruce Banner.
Don Mega, that's some heat right there. Some GMO and Black Banana from Soulfire. That one's a heater.
We got
Oh.
that.
That's got some
we got
heaters.
mothering
I
one
think
out
I
right
might
now.
have that as a
Okay.
freebie.
Beautiful.
Oh my. The things that you're
Yeah.
sitting on in the vault baked could fucking just
I have a list on Google Docs. I think I got that for free. But yeah, Soulfire's got some good stuff. I like their boxes. You know, they got little like
Yeah.
video game style boxes with stats on the back.
Yeah. very
But
cool.
like, you know, 8-bit Skilbo, like Mario, you know.
the old school
Yeah,
ways,
so it
man.
looks kind of cool.
It's
They're
got the
very on
music to
point
go along
too.
with it.
They're like
Even a boomer could understand.
Yeah, I gotta bring it down. Break it down.
You have to say that Death Star chat. We've enjoyed that. I know Red used to have that. I think Sequence still does have it.
Oh,
fact, there's
no.
some of that Death Star was behind him.
We both still have
Maybe.
it, I think.
Used to have it. I still have it.
Okay.
I have their
it was on the
lemon
chopping block
Dawn.
for a minute. I
Clones
remember.
with roots. I was down to 1 clone for a while. I gave a cut to Big Jar. Big Jar
Jar's got
holds a
it.
cut.
Yeah.
I think he's still running it. But yeah, I have a couple clones in the cloner, and I still have a mom who I had to clean up. I had to give her a little bit of time and some effort to get back together. I had to give her a bigger root space and clean her up, and she came back. And I was
That's
able
a
to pull some
plant that takes a
clones.
lot of attention, but yields really well.
Yeah, she can be really, really finicky. I would definitely call her one of the more experienced type strains. Definitely takes more of a
When you get it right, though, man.
bit of knowledge for it. Yeah. Yeah, even flowering. She goes a little bit long. I mean, I don't know. A little sweet spot with her.
Uncle Rick, do you have a strain that you're kind of looking forward to growing in the future? Is there like one that you're looking for?
What's your unicorn?
Excuse me. Yeah, I would really like to get my hands on that orange gasm. I get so excited every time I hear about it and think about it. Yeah.
I got a good amount of those seeds, so if I get anything out of it, we'll figure out a way to.
Let's say that's what I'm gonna pop next. I'm just gonna pop
Yeah.
probably 1 or 2 seeds.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
keister
they're
one and get it
fins.
up there to you.
There
Uncle
you
Rick.
go.
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
float one up
I'll
there.
hook you up. Uncle
Butt
Rick.
chugging
I got
the
some too.
cuts.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've heard you talk about a painted lady. Yeah, it's this.
Good one.
Okay, I'm sorry, but now okay, perfect. Now he's gone. I reached over to do a bong rip. I come back, painted lady's gone, and here's the Yeti is here, and never even got a chance to say hi to him, and now he's gone. But I listen. Painted lady, this is important to me. Okay, like come on, technology. I gave up on this a long time ago, so.
I'm
bear
glad you
with-
stuck with it, man.
If you
Well,
met,
Can you still see him?
you need to hit your view in the top
Yeah, the
right
view is
and
the view
go
is
to
different. He thinks
gallery
he's by
view.
himself. Yeah.
Oh, he's over here. Oh shit.
You
Yeah,
gotta
you
make
gotta
your
go to
screen
gallery
bigger.
view in the top right
Look
of
at painted
Zoom.
lady.
This
Just
is
look
why
at
we
painted
love
lady.
you, Uncle Rick. I love it.
We'll get you there.
Yeah, top right corner of your Zoom box. It should say view.
And then I get so
Look,
well.
Uncle
I
Rick, Yeti's back.
promised myself I wasn't gonna look at chat at all.
Yeti's back.
Yeti's back.
Oh my God. Oh, hey, Yeti, it's a pleasure to meet you, my friend. But then when I was taking my bong rip, then I came back and I was looking at what's behind you, and that is absolutely incredible. Again, pleased to meet you. What's going on back there, buddy?
Likewise, Uncle Rick. Nice to make your acquaintance. These are my lady's house plants. Try to get a better zoom on in here. But
Oh,
just some
yeah.
good vibes, some good
Yeah.
daytime vibes.
Dude, show the sand thing.
Good air
man.
quality.
Oh, it's right there. Show the
Yeah.
sand thing.
Oh yeah, all right.
Show the sand thing. Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that
like
thing.
a art thing.
Sweet. It moves.
It
What?
makes patterns in the sand
Yeah,
with like
it does
a,
for time.
a magnet.
Is
and a
this like an
marble.
AI? Oh,
What?
It's so it's so
We
cool.
were just high watching this thing the other day.
For sure.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
It's
Such a
entertaining.
cool table.
I need one of those bad.
Nice.
Everyone needs one.
Yeah, dude. I've seen those advertised. Those things are badass.
Okay. Well, I feel better now. Okay, I can relax. Everybody relax now. Don't take
Can you see everyone,
Yeah,
Uncle Rick?
we were freaking
We're
out,
back.
Rick. We were
Bryce
freaking
is
out. We were like,
averted.
is his internet tubes unclogged or what?
Yeah, we were freaking out.
Yeah.
Mine
Baby, come
keeps
back.
switching
I could
away
have said
from
Yeti
gallery.
come back.
It keeps going like to speaker view on its own somehow.
Every time I
some-
spotlight
Every time he
someone,
spotlights somebody.
it'll
is
do
that what it does?
Red's
Okay.
been streaming with us for 2 years, and he's just
Come
now
on, Red.
understanding.
I'll
Camera
figure
one.
it out. I'll figure
Ready
out one.
one,
of these
ready
days.
two.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather,
Yeah,
yellow
we did.
leather.
Yeah,
Dude, hold on. Wait.
Live
Okay, I
chat,
can't
live
forget.
chat.
Red
Speaking
crystal,
of
yellow
red leather.
crystal.
Okay. I can't forget, man. I got to shout out DWC Grow Dude. He sent me a little care package.
Yes.
It says, "Yeah, man. Growers love." Dude, he sent me. He grew out a couple of
Ooh.
the
these.
golden goat.
Nice.
There's 4
Yes.
seeds, 4 feminine seeds in this bad boy
Oh,
by
yeah.
Ross and Jeff.
Sweet.
Yes.
So I got to shout out DWC Grow Dude, man. Thank you very much, dude, for this. Growers Love Hospitality. I'm definitely going to shoot something
That's
back
not
your
it.
way,
Red,
man.
get into all. I mean, he even addressed it to red leather.
You addressed it to red
Oh,
leather.
really?
Okay. Yeah, dude. He's all kinds of little
Easter
Easter eggs, dude. He tossed out a little man, a Growers Love. Tossed out the golden
Awesome.
goat. So
It's good vibes,
you gotta
man.
watch back a couple episodes or a few episodes
Or any episode.
chronologically that I have mentioned how I wanted to get a pack of these bad boys. How a vape pen that I had smoked a while back was just moving me, and it was like really, really awesome meds. And I really wanted to grow this stuff out. Well, thank you very much, DWC Grow Dude. Because this is actually it means you've been paying attention, man. Thank you for all your support, man. I'm definitely gonna show you some
it's
love
really
as well.
cool.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. When I moved up here, I bought a gram of it from some dispensary, and I kept a jar so that I can smell it because I have some of those seeds too, and I want to find something similar because it was
It's like
like
a
he
scratch and
described in
sniff,
his
man.
episode, like it was like a soda can recycling center smell. It was just really nice.
He's in the chat, right? There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome to get that.
Yeah, really cool.
Oh,
man.
so I don't want to make this all about me, Red, but somebody has to remind everybody to like and subscribe and switch
Right.
over.
Professional.
Yeah, everybody's probably been on top chat the whole time, but you're gonna want to switch
Yeah.
to live chat
Red
at this
didn't
moment
do
in
that.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Got
let
Uncle
us
Rick
down.
shaking
Okay.
his head.
I was thrown off because we weren't doing like what we'd usually do. I walked into a
Yeah.
conversation and I was kind of waiting for some
You didn't hit
sort
the
of-
2-minute
Red,
warning.
you were
You came in at the last.
Versatility, my
I was
man.
late. I was
Versatility.
late.
Good
The
grief,
formality.
Red.
Thank
I
you.
came in fashionably. It was terribly fashionably late. I'm usually like 2 minutes pre-hand. I can do a little sound check, but I didn't really touch anything since last time. So
Red, you went over like a whole fucking year of Michigan geography. And
Yes.
you didn't have time.
45th parallel, baby.
You don't have time to go over the live
So,
chat.
Rick, where can
Eric
we
the Red.
top chat, live chat.
When you're not on Pornhub, where can we find you, Rick?
You're Rick?
You're Red.
You're Rick. You're Rick.
You're Rick.
Your other Red.
Dude, I will have whatever cut you're smoking on, please.
It's working.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
a cut. I think it might be something that something else that grows, but it's not a plant.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question for the chat. If you guys are enjoying this, let us know. Show Rick some love.
Yes. He's on the
You mean
Caribou
Red?
TV show.
Yeah, I always
I
say
mean,
Rick-
Red. I'm sorry. Show Red some love. The other Red.
Oh, Jesus.
Something else I've learned, okay?
Oh, the hand.
He's gonna fall out
No,
of the
you got to
chair.
do it like this.
All right.
I'm
What
crying.
is going on?
Shit.
That's
Okay,
that's
well-
hilarious because I'm always in the chat in Rick's show on the
Call him
Kid
Uncle
Organics, calling him a pimp all the time, saying he's the old OG pimp, and then he just comes on, breaks it loose for everybody, and lets him know he's got a Pornhub. That's fucking amazing, Rick.
Yeah.
Visibility.
Good for
It's
you,
all
dude.
about visibility.
That's very 2021 of you. I'm proud.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, it's
But
more
does he have an
progressive culture right
OnlyFans?
now.
That's the question. Is there an OnlyFans along with this, or just porno?
yeah, that's the more modern, I guess.
You're about to introduce him into some side hustle.
There's a whole genre for that on there.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. There's a age gap for everybody.
They're being
There's a grip for everybody.
Yeah.
they're being mean to me, okay? Help, help. Oh,
alert,
I'm
life alert.
on mute. Oh, whoops.
It's gonna
Whoops.
scare away anybody else
Ah,
trying to
Rick.
come on their show.
Yeah, everybody else.
Okay, if you see
That's
my
all
left-
right.
I
Fluffy
love
and Bees are in the chat with you.
It's all right.
I like
We
your
got you,
artwork, Rick.
I'm in the middle of renos and yeah, I was just gonna paint it and do all my renos and put a sign up in the front yard, but I decided to stay. So this is all going back up in the walls. Yeah, yeah. Who's that? Marilyn and who else is here?
What made you stay, Rick? Is it just because it's easier to not move your grow rooms?
Well, that's a story for another day too. So what do we got here?
Oh,
Elvis.
I know what that is.
Humphrey Bogart.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, man.
Who's this guy? James.
That's
James
James
Dean.
Dean. Yeah, James Dean.
Yep. Sweet.
Oh,
That is badass.
Marilyn Monroe. in
That's
the
way
pink.
better than the dogs around a poker table. That's
Babe.
At first, I
sure.
thought it was the dogs.
Now you can put them up in a different way, and it'll be like you moved. Be
Now, you know what the real fun thing with that would do would be to take some of your team members from the show and get cutouts of their faces and then put them on the glass and randomly change them around, and you can have whatever picture you want.
perfect.
And then behind the bar, you need to clip out a very small little Diet Mountain Dew because you know who's going to have to be the bartender with bees.
There you go.
No, they always say Bees is gonna have the dress, so he's got to be Maryland.
So he's got to have the dress.
Stuck wide. I don't know how much you want to see Prophet's face. If you want to
You
look
wanna see those
around and then
gams,
see him
though?
in your house.
You could put him as Maryland.
I haven't.
Reminds me
If
of
this
the-
here's an old Easter egg is if anybody has watched for a really long time, you know what the MBGS calendar was. That was a
I've
thing.
seen it. I've seen it. Okay.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, you think maybe that might look good back there?
You've seen it. Go pull it out from underneath your bed. Come on now.
Very select run.
Miss C put that one
Yeah.
together,
C,
didn't
but
she?
that- yeah.
Miss C was awesome. Shout out to Miss C for that one.
Hey, I want to
was
say
back in, like,
thank you for
2019.
having me, and it's been a lot of fun.
Dude, it's a
Yeah,
blast.
man.
Thank
Yeah,
you for coming
I'm
and
glad
doing
you
the
came
show. You ain't
on.
going nowhere yet, are you? I mean,
No.
it's super early there still. I mean, you got the
Yeah.
whole West Coast time thing. It's like the middle of the afternoon.
You guys have a different time on the 49th?
He's
That's
got a
just
backwards
his,
mitten.
that's his
Here.
grow
He's on
room
the,
light.
he's
right
on the
there.
54th page.
He's got the
Oh,
bizarro.
floor.
I'm
He's got
sorry.
the
Nice.
bizarro
Got my
design hand
parallels
up, man.
mixed up.
Number 9.
I did it backwards.
I
too.
thought 90% of them were on the 49th and he was in.
Dinkman Dan's
Damn
on the
it.
49th.
Oh, okay.
Rick, you always make me laugh on Caribou. I don't how. what
Caribou
did you
says,
say?
"How
How'd
come
you
Rick's
guys
never
get-
this coherent on our show?"
How'd you guys get that all put together on Cannabis and stuff with Caribou? Everything.
So I was working at a local grow shop and just helping the guy out a day a week, and I met Caribou at the shop one day, and we hit it off, and he said, "Well, I'm doing this podcast thing, and why don't you come on and as a guest?" And I thought, going to be just him and me, and what harm could it be? So I said sure. So went on the show, and that was in mid December, and here we are now, and just having a hell of a great time, and I've met so many incredible people, and I'm just so grateful for.
You got a lot of love in the chat, man.
And
You've got the best mentality and vibes about doing the whole thing. It's refreshing to talk to you. You're very energetic and excited to do the whole thing and to meet everyone.
Yeah, well, I give so much credit to Caribou. Like, he put it all together, and he believed, and we've got a great mix of friends over there, and we just have a great time. Yeah,
That's what it's about.
and so
I love it.
grateful.
I do. I think you guys are great. I mean, now you guys all have your own little personalities and everything, and it's just fun to watch, especially on Sunday morning. I love watching that.
Well, let's talk about the shows real quick, and so people can actually find out when this is on and what channel and all that time, what day. Let's do a quick shout on that. So this morning, you guys came on at what time?
Okay, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go Pacific. Well, no, I can go. I can play both sides.
Flex on.
We go.
That's the OG pimp, like I
I
told you.
tell you, he knows. He was one of those jet setters. He has to know those different timetables. He got them different watches. It's got like the
Time
3
zones
faces
are
and
no
shit.
match.
London, Tokyo, Vancouver.
I want to know a relative humidity.
He's got a Players Club
Oh.
jacket from back in '82.
Maybe that's what I'm gonna put up in that wall. Maybe just a bank of clock.
Just put a map.
So anyway, we do a wake and bake at 6 a.m. Pacific on Sunday morning, and that would be 9 a.m. Eastern. And of course, when the wake and bake is over, it's usually a 2-hour show. And then when the wake and bake is over, everybody in the panel and in the chat, they say, "Well, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that." All I can think about is going back to bed. But anyways, then we do on Tuesdays. We do a 6 o'clock. It's called Caribou Heart TV, and we do a Tuesday 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern, and we invite guests on Tuesday nights and just learn more about growing and that kind of thing. And then we do another one on Fridays from 6 p.m. and that one is like okay, we put in our dues for the week, and we're just going to get together and talk about whatever comes up, and the show goes on from there. And yeah, it's if you get a chance, please tune in. And Red, like and subscribe. Okay, like and subscribe. Thank you.
Listen to what
right.
Uncle Red tells.
Very professional.
So one of my favorite
Excellent
things,
job.
one of my favorite Uncle Rick's is when people log off near the end of the show. And Uncle Rick always says, "Man, I thought he'd never leave."
I heard that this morning when I was transplanted. I about died. That was so awesome. You said that when the hypothetical left. Oh man, you always are good for some laughs.
He's an
Uncle
equal
Rick.
opportunist. Anybody can get it.
Yep. Always good for some laughs. So yeah,
That's
wake and bake on
hilarious.
Sunday mornings is yeah, good for giggles, everybody in chat.
You know,
That's what it's
if
really
I-
about, though, man. Is it's trying to like tap into this bigger community, but at the same time create your own. And you know what I mean? Charge your batteries up from it.
I don't know. It's been quite a ride, and if I had a mission in life, it would be to help remove some of the stigma that surrounds cannabis, all types of drugs, and but to help other people, to grow, learn to grow. And if I can pass anything on, that's great. I'm not an expert by any means. I've screwed up so many times along the way, but just never gave up. And if I can just pass on the same passion that I have for the love of the herb to others, then I feel pretty good.
I think your passion is contagious. Personally.
Exactly.
I mean, you're one of the OGs. If you've been growing for 35 years, you kind of paved the way for a lot of this.
You've done some
So-
things and grown some things.
So
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's a lot of respect for that, because we had to have that to get to where we are, and have so many people, continuously be consuming cannabis for it to ever get legal like this. So,
Dude, I
thanks
think
for
we need
doing that for so long.
we really need to get abolished to clip that, because that's the very first time that Baked has ever shown respect to someone older. That's a huge growth
I
moment, brother.
respect all
Huge
the
growth,
older.
man.
I just know you
It's-
guys are all
so
boomers.
Huge growth.
You're
And then
still all
Skibbo
boomers
comes
when it
in
comes
and
to tech.
just
That's
back
more
in.
like it.
Yeah,
That's
like old.
that's the Baked I know and love.
Yeah. As he drinks his kombucha.
No, that's not kombucha.
Oh.
That is Red Stripe, my friend.
Oh, okay. I saw the amber bottle.
That's Australian for
I
beer.
got the booch.
It's not Australian for beer. That's the Jamaican beer.
Booch it up.
Jamaican for beer.
Yo.
You get
So
my
how-
commercials mixed up.
How many days prior do you guys like to start your plants if you start them indoors for outdoors? If you're doing like photos,
Good
The
question.
frost, the frost should be about a month away from what I understand everybody's saying. So do you start them now? Do you start them 20 days? Give them,
How big do you want them?
In my
Uh,
experience,
I like
wanna
that
keep
question
'em-
right
keep
there.
'em- keep them manageable, under 6 feet,
Yeah, that's
I
my.
guess that's the big question.
We wait for the long weekend in May or first week in June before we do anything seriously outdoors. So, you can veg indoors as long as you want, right? But then, there's some shock and transplanting, that kind of thing. But it's we get a fairly decent, Can I go back a sequence to your question? It had to do with light, and I didn't quite understand the question. I didn't know if it had to do with optimal time of light in the spring or no.
Well, I was just asking, like, at what time of the year do you get a more than 12 light hours?
When
like,
does
in
it
the
flip?
day?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
when are you officially in springtime there?
Right, right. Okay. So, yeah, we don't like to put anything out much before it can freeze, it can freeze in March, so, or May. So until the long weekend in May. We can get frost in September and it just makes the season so short. I mean, we've had beautiful Octobers and I've had beautiful plants outdoors that, it never could finish, never.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
on the coast
That's nuts.
where I came from, the coast of Vancouver, southwest corner of BC, it seemed like you could grow to full term, although most people that took any outdoor growing seriously in this province, they would use light deprivation for sure. I would imagine probably the best area in the province for growing outdoors, maybe in the area they call the Kootenays, which is again close to the American-Canadian border, but inland, probably a lot closer to the next province over, Alberta, than it is to like Vancouver, definitely. So it's more mountainous. The Rockies go through there, and it's very hot summers, and they seem to be able to grow some decent.
Well, Vancouver is one of the places that has a very long history with cannabis. This isn't something new up there. This has been, I mean, at least the 1970s. At least
Back to
it's been
geography.
huge up there. I had to bring it back in. We're getting down to the last half hour of the show. I want to make sure we cover all our bases with this. We're going to go and cover our provinces.
Yeah, well, in a nutshell, it does have an incredible history for sure. Especially when it comes to indoor. I think that's where the true BC Bud name came from, was from the success of the indoor. I would still have to bow to the Northern Triangle in Northern California is probably the best for outdoors, and it held that record. I was looking at the history of 420, and it started in around 1970, I believe, down in, could have been Berkeley or somewhere down in that part of the world. But I knew it is grown in Vancouver to well, we probably have over 150,000 show up for 420 now. It's a pretty big deal, yeah.
Yeah, it's turned into quite the phenomenon for whatever reason.
Red with the signs, yeah, man, growers love.
I like to say I smoke every day, so I don't really celebrate 420 too much as like being a special holiday, but I definitely appreciate that it's a big thing to a lot of people.
It's becoming an unofficial U.S. holiday.
Yeah, especially among like people. I don't
We
know.
were talking about Bicycle Day
People
just
knew
the day
we-
prior to that. It's like a nice
More new to
back-to-back run. You got
cannabis, I guess.
Bicycle Day and 420.
Yeah, it's like a marathon.
Pace yourself, Red.
Triathlon. There needs to be
The
another
decathlon.
event go on in there. If you think about it, 420 began somewhere around the 40th parallel.
Oh, I knew we were going to do it, man. I knew we were taking us back. Spartan just wins it over there.
Back to geography.
It's like the fifth time.
He's gonna show up to an event with a globe.
In fact, you could say it might be like the 42nd parallel.
You know what we
Okay.
need
That
is
would
we
be
need a
strange.
shirt. You know how you can
Is
do
Marion
no.
County on the
We need a
42nd
Flavor
parallel?
Flav sized fucking
Someone tell
globe
me.
on a chain that spins.
I
That's
think
There
Red
you
needs
go.
his own shirt that has like that. You know how you can do like the stencils where you have like the single color and
He's
shit.
just
Just be
spinning
like the
flat
stencil of
map
Red
is what it needs to be.
with the fucking hand. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a flat earther.
Needs to be a spinning flat map is what it needs to be.
Borderline flat earther, but I'm not a flat earther.
And how can there be night?
Borderline.
just
What
talking
is
for-
borderline? Is that like half of it's sapphire and the bottom's flat?
Yeah, it's like a fisheye.
If
We
you
had
get
this
Oblong.
over there, it
Oblong.
starts getting round.
It's like a fisheye.
The old Trans World magazine.
Bart, you're muted.
So it's half. It's half of a globe. So one side's flat and the other side's.
Hey, who's talking about
Yeah.
geography now, Spartan?
No, we're talking.
Marion County is 33rd parallel. I see. I was off.
Red.
Whoa. Nine off. Whoa, number 9. Hey, there it is. It's coming back around to us. Number 9.
Make sure that you stay
Fact checking
tuned
it?
and switch
Yeah.
over to Polarity Science after the show if you can't get enough of Red Setter Farm. You
Give him
can
a
get
like.
a
give him a
double dose
subscribe.
tonight over on his channel.
Get more parallel knowledge.
Let's go
Oh,
with
I want
Fish
to
Out.
tease this. We have a
Parallel
prophet
knowledge.
says that he's a flat earther, and I know that everybody on the whole Caribou team cannot wait for the prophet crossover onto the late sash. That's going to be a
Very
thing.
exciting.
So
What's our date on that, Scobo?
Yeah,
know.
when you
Yeah, when is that happening?
Everybody wants to
Very
know.
calendars.
Wearing minds. Prophet, you're in
Okay.
chat. When you
No,
got-
He always
will-
does
I
this
will
to
be
me. Now he did
joining
it to himself.
I
I
will
know
be
that he has
joining
no answer.
Caribou.
well, I had talked
on the
to
11th. The
I had
prophet's
talked
going to be on there.
Bees, and I know he wants to come on as well. I don't know what order they're going to do it. I'll let them do rock paper scissors and fight it out amongst themselves and figure it out.
Ooh, serious. Rochambeau.
Well, that fight should be streamed. What, or they have a Patreon.
Yeah, they got a Patreon.
What the hell?
Oh, the Mother's Day special. Painted Lady, you want to shout that out for them for the Caribou show?
Oh, yes. I will be on the Mother's Day episode of Caribou, that Wake and Bake. God, what date is that? I don't know. Whatever.
It's 2
Sunday
weeks from
Mother's Day
Sunday.
is.
I think it's 2 weeks from Sunday. So
Yeah,
not the next
so-
one, but the one after that. Make sure you get your
Prophets-
mom a card, everybody out there.
Yeah.
Make sure you do
Prophet's
something.
mom's supposed to be joining. And if
Thanks.
I,
Spring
That
is
will
in
be a
full
moment
not
in show
familiar-
history for them.
because I've got some fucking questions. Because
You're going to get some answers too, by Jolly.
It's going to be like a Mother's Day roast of Prophet's mom.
Well, the thing is because they can't ignore it because she's actually right there to do the interview and ask the questions. So this is
I
going to be
hope
juicy.
I hope it's not a call in, and I hope she's
actually there.
physically sitting right next
Yes.
to Prophet.
Or have her
Oh, I
join a
hope so.
call.
She's going to kick his ass.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll be amazing. He can outrun her.
Good times are
He
coming.
shouldn't be scared. He should let her sit right next to him.
So hopefully someone's holding a camera.
I want a second stream. I want a second
Yeah,
camera.
I
Somebody
find it
use a phone.
ironic that they're having me and Prophet's mom on the Mother's Day episode. Considering, but yeah, I'm excited to do it, and I can't wait.
You can't
to ask
wait.
her some questions about
Really good.
OnlyFans and.
Damn, I
Prophet
thought Baked was taking us back
Pimpin'.
for some more geography there. He put his hand up and
Yeah.
thought we were going back.
He's going
Now
the
Rick's
safe
gonna
route.
do it.
He's going the safe route. He says it's a call in. Okay, not nearly as fun. Oh, that looks nice.
What's the
Rick.
thumb?
There's
what's
time
Rick
to
pointing
get
at
her
his
set
thumb?
up with her own iPad and make this a separate channel, and she can call in and have her own thing.
That's
It can be done.
Crescendo one. It cured really, really well. So
What are you getting out of it this time with the extra good cure? What notes? Dank, man.
This one has like a mix of like the floral crescendo I get from some of the others, but then a little bit of that grape crescendo from one of the one phenos. It's like a mix.
Nice.
It's a nice mix. Yeah, I keep
That
it
grape
around.
Fino was really pleasant.
Yeah.
We had a
I
good
was happy
question
with
in the
that.
chat I wanted to cover really quick, asking about the Wake and Bake show. The Wake and Bake show wasn't scheduled to be this last Saturday, but this next Saturday we're not going to be doing it because myself and some friends are going to be going to Indianapolis to watch cars do burnouts and stuff like that. So
Are they going to make turns? All
no,
the same. Oh, okay. We're not doing the round arounds.
No,
We're doing
just-
some dragging.
no, just car show and burnout stuff. just guy stuff basically.
Not figure eight tracks.
Sequence is a secret.
We're on YouTube, the Cletus and
huge car
cars.
guy.
Yeah,
Huge into
yeah.
engines
How
and
far
fucking
from where
racing.
you live, Sequence?
What's that?
How far is that from where you live?
Indianapolis is about maybe 2 hours from where I live now. But it'll be good. If you've ever heard of Cletus and Cars, it's going to be that event. We're going to get to see the car called Warbird. I'm very excited. I'm going to fanboy out. I'm going to have a bunch of new camera equipment.
No Gravedigger.
So I'm going to take a bunch of camera footage and I'm actually going to put it on our Patreon page, I think. So I'm really excited about it. We'll see how it goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well, that's not a Gravedigger event, but those pictures that Tara sent us. Tara, are you in chat? I think she might have saw a Gravedigger at that event that she was at. She was at a monster
This
truck.
Sunday.
Monster trucks are cool too. That's not what Sequence is seeing, but I've seen monster trucks. It's pretty cool what they can do in big ass trucks.
Oh, Porsche.
What parallel did you see them on?
Are you taking Porsche with you, Sequence?
Somewhere around the 39.
Yeah, we're going to go see this car.
Marked it down.
Oh shit, we get a
Look at that thing. Isn't that crazy?
roast.
Today I
badass.
saw a sweet car on the 39th parallel.
Woo!
Oh, that's
It's going to be a good
Australian.
time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it's an Australian style burnout competition.
They do some crazy car stuff in Australia.
Make sure you mark what latitude you're at while you're there.
It makes a difference. The gas doesn't combust the same, apparently, right?
Yeah.
Something about it.
Latitude, elevation,
Latitudes and longitudes.
It's funny.
latitudes, longitudes, elevations.
The geography show continues. If you guys have any questions, make sure you toss them in the chat so we get off these crazy ass fucking geography.
I mean, it's better than I don't know. I suppose we could get
Somebody
into
asked Rick a
geology.
question in the chat.
We could talk about rocks and minerals.
Earlier, when we were talking about the plants getting put out, and they would, you'd have to find one that didn't want to flower earlier. Thunder Dan asked, "You guys think that comes from all the breeding and the polyhybrids?" Which is kind of a good point because, haze versus something that's used to that light schedule. I don't know if you guys remember what I'm talking about.
Well,
Yeah, those
I
weighs
think-
up. Good memory on that.
Sure, but yeah, you can breed for either trait. So, like, if you want a plant that flowers earlier, you can breed for that. DJ Short famously did that with blueberry. Tried to breed for earlier and earlier breeding or flowering times, and
Yeah.
eventually made autoflowers by accident.
Ooh.
And
Ooh. I have a question about that. Then.
yeah, it was kind of an interesting thing that he ran into, and ended up finding that it wasn't a thing that you necessarily want to breed for. At that
Yeah.
time, it was something that everyone was pushing for really hard, but it ended up being a thing that he found was a negative.
I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this, but this is a high thought that just occurred to me. If you take something like blueberry that's been around for multiple generations,
Yeah.
and you talk about, the breeding for it and shit, eventually, does it become so far different that they go back into the original stock and fuck with it and then try to work it again,
What
or
do
do
you
they
mean
just keep letting it?
different?
They do actually. So, like,
Can you explain the
The-
question better, Sequence, than I was able to for that? Because Bake doesn't know where I'm coming from.
well, so
Yeah,
like
the
DJ
breeding
Short
is-
F1 and DJ Short F13 are going to be very different as far as what the plants are when they're done. So, like, that's what a back cross is. So they'll go like several generations down and then cross back to the original parent to get it more like the original parent than more than the other direction. But yeah, you would find a lot of differences in the different generations, of course.
Because blueberry was like, well, I don't know if it is or anything else, but it used to be one of the true 60-day strains that you could get it
Yeah,
out with.
I'm
back
pretty
in the
sure
day.
I heard that he went as far as like F13 with it.
Yeah,
It would
and then
just
at
be a
what point
matter
would
of
you do?
math then.
So to explain that kind of my weird way of looking at that is like what you use the later generations for is to isolate what you're breeding for. Like say you're breeding for a PM resistance or you're breeding
Right.
for
He had to have been
Whatever it
selecting
is.
for something on each generation.
Something led
once
to
you get that like
choice.
stabilized and you have one that's fucking PM bulletproof or whatever it is you're breeding for, then you breed it back to the one you really liked to the beginning.
Right. The very first parent. Yeah, exactly.
Lock that into all the terp profile and everything else that you liked, but whatever it was missing is what you go down the lines for to try to pick up later on.
What was the lineage
Yeah.
on that one? I know the flow is like Afghan and Thai. But isn't blueberry Thai as well, or isn't the flow in blueberry or something
Let's
like that?
see.
If
But it was the one where it just talks about 3 different geographical places as its actual true parentage. Since we're on the geographical show here, I
it
think we're
might
staying
be
with that theme.
I know he was working with I
Temple-
always get this right.
Temple
What-
flow times
flow.
HTAF, whatever that
I think
is.
that's
Highland Thai.
And Temple
Highland
flow
Thai,
has purple tide with Afghani.
There it is, Spartan. We're back.
Yep.
purple Thai and Afghan.
Yeah, HTF is Thailand times Afghani. HTAF.
Yeah, so he did this awesome thing where he was like keeping these Thai. I guess Thai was really
Geography.
uplifting, almost like a sativa like effects, and he was able to shorten the flowering time with the Afghan. And yeah, he pulled some really awesome flavors with it.
Definitely.
Had some really awesome mind body effects with it, because blueberry is just really euphoric and uplifting for not as sedating as like a heavy Afghan would have been. And then I think he collaborated. I don't want to get too far into the story because I'd rather DJ Short tell that story. It'd be really awesome to get him on the show if we ever could. But he did some collaborations.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Losing it.
You
And then the flow's now out there.
You've got an in with DJ Short Red. Send him an email.
I don't think he runs his social media. I don't know if he does or not, but I could try sending one to his son at second generation and see if they could cross paths that way. But like, I'm not sure how he really runs his social media. I mean, I had a private conversation with him. I was able to like, talk to him about seeds, and
didn't he sign your jockstrap?
Yeah, he's got some signed seed packs.
puff independent vapes outside of Bard in Ann Arbor and whatnot. But like, yeah, I got a couple seed packs signed by him.
Fred's got the Tommy Chong fucking story. He's got
There's
another
an
cool story.
Important question we need to get to.
Yeah, there's a.
Oh, it's for Rick.
Yeah, does Rick wear women's underwear? If so, how often?
That's from Caribou Heart TV in the chat. He's got a motorcycle and he's wearing leather, Caribou.
That's your shirt.
No,
You're muted. There we
You
go.
want to see my nipple? Fine.
Fine.
Nip slip on the
There it
MBGS
is.
side. He is
Hey,
coming out of his shell on the show, folks.
The chat
Yeah.
asks, and we
Cleanly
we
shaven,
oblige.
dude.
Classic.
We delivered. Yep.
abolish. Please title this nip slip for some clickbait.
If they cancel this series, if
It was all worth it for that.
No, nip slips are fine. It's the female nipple that's sexual.
Yeah, the male's is okay.
Stupid.
Stupid.
We all have nipples. What makes them different?
Functioning and non-functioning?
I don't
guess
make
that's
it-
the difference.
Functional
What
versus
functions might
cosmetic?
have?
Wait a minute, that doesn't work. There's different things for that. Hold on, scratch that.
You didn't answer the question, Rick.
It's a pleasure being with
Yeah,
you.
He did dodge Artful
yeah,
Dodger up there.
definitely.
Didn't
What
answer
is
the
it
damn
called?
He showed
What's
us a
it called?
T-shirt, but nothing else.
Deflected.
Do you need
So-
music, Rick? Do you
So
need
wait,
someone to
so
pipe
wait,
some
so-
music
Rick,
in
if
for
you'd
you?
like, I can repeat the question.
Now wait a minute. We asked him it before the show if there's anything he wouldn't answer. He said no. So
Exactly.
let's answer this question, Rick.
Okay, what's the
Go ahead,
question?
Spartan. Let him know.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up again.
Oh,
Caribou Heart TV asked, "Does Rick wear women's underwear, and if so, how often?"
Do you want me to prove that I'm wearing underwear or not?
I didn't say any of that. I just
No,
asked you to
no.
answer the question. I didn't say to do anything else. It's up to you.
Ain't
what
it,
you
lady?
wanna
Take
do.
over the questioning for this hostile interview.
We do have a hostile witness here, don't we?
Aren't you glad you decided to come join us this evening?
All right, Rick.
Dude, we are.
Tag, Mary, kill of Caribou. It'll derail shit. There you go.
I
See,
knew
just
it.
did
I knew exactly what was going to come down.
Yep.
I just
No.
say by this
Oh,
point in
man.
the show that if you're not stoned at this point, you're not trying.
I would like to know what your very next strain is that you're gonna pop. What seeds you're gonna pop next?
I'm going with clones, and I have a strong feeling I am going to get some orange gasm. I really do. That's gonna
Okay,
be.
so you are
Putting those vibes out there.
all right. Well, I'd be more than happy to send some. We'd all be happy to more
No, you.
than happy to send you some. So
Yeah, I probably have a few.
yeah,
Very
if we can
nice.
get them up there to BC.
Heard
Sweetheart.
rumor that there's some, I don't know, there's a trick to get them across the board, but if you do it the wrong way, it goes through like an irradiation thing, and it
Oh.
makes it so seeds won't pop. So
I just
do a
want
little
you guys
digging.
to make him promise that he has to show where on the hand he got the seeds from whenever he tells the story in the future.
Oh, you guys want to see my new idea?
They
I got
use dog
There you
sled.
go.
They use dog sled to get it over the border up there.
I got a photo album, and
Hey.
after I pop seeds, I'm
I
gonna
thought
put
you would
the
have
back
like
in
a
there
big 5x7
with
sequence in there.
notes. I'm
And
gonna
like
put
the lead
notes
off
like
page.
how many popped and all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it
Wrap
holds
up.
200. It holds 200, so it's like I
You're
can
gonna
pop.
flip back through it in like 5 years and cry.
Exactly.
That's
I
a
was
good
like, and
idea,
I'm be
though,
like,
really, if
I'm
you're
gonna
just starting
remember
off.
that. Who doesn't remember that? You know, but yeah. Shout out to Nurse Geek. She
That's
gave
really
me a
cool.
joint, like an automatic rolling machine, but human.
Convenient.
Yeah.
You have to store that in a safe place, Bake Pond.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I got a drawer here. I'm pretty much sitting in this chair most of the day. So
Keep an eye on it. Eh?
yeah, you're gonna have to wrestle me to get my empty seed collection packs. But yeah.
It's the other box you want to find.
Yeah, exactly. It's the other one you want, but that one's a little bit more hidden.
Tell me what that machine is beside you there.
This, my good friend, is how I get
He's gonna
to
nerd
and
out.
fro the time. I travel through time.
Here we
This-
go.
The flux capacitor up here.
Told you.
No, this is my computer, Rick. It's just a fancy computer. They can make them now where they got glass on the side of the box, so you can show off all your innards. And
A
yeah.
bunch of RGB
If
stuff. in
anybody
there.
on this show eventually shows off a flux capacitor, it will be baked.
Yes, I would love one if
I
somebody
might
could
bring
make
I
me.
might bring the uranium to the table, but
Oh, there we go.
Now, where do you want to go, Red?
To
That's
the
the
moon,
question.
baby. To the
flux
moon.
capacitor?
We're already going on the moon with my Doge.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
for sure going back.
Oh, what a fucking
1985.
plug there, huh?
Yeah, no.
Rick, we're coming up on the end. What would you just say to all of your fans in the chat and on the show that have had so much fun at your expense and with so many jokes tonight, with all the positive vibes?
Well, I don't know what to say except thank you, because it's been quite a ride. It's a two-way street, and I get a lot more than I give, if that's proper English. Thank you all for letting me get to know you all a little bit better, and that's what's happened in chat too. Is you see names there that you don't really put a face to, but for some reason you have an attachment to them. It's really kind of cool. It really is.
Yeah, it definitely is. Rick, is there anything in growing that you're particularly like attached to, like some
Hurried
ideas,
forward.
like organic growers, or like Spartan really likes using sulfur? Is there something that you really like to preach to people to use or to try, or anything like that in growing?
Well, I can't say it's more than coincidental, but I really found that I was able to improve my my level of growing when I went to a sealed environment. It just seemed to solve so many problems and so many issues all at the same time. Um, uh, then I mean, I was responsible for more things like CO2 and humidity and temperature. But it was really a big reward. And the thing that I found more exciting than anything else is I never had a spider mite since. I haven't had an insect since. I haven't had any powdery mildew since. That is all. That is probably the main reason why I never went to a Scrog system. Is I was worried. Well, yeah, but if I get spider mites, then how am I going to get that plant out? without destroying everything else. And but I tell you, I found a new confidence in going to a field environment and not only growing healthier plants to avoid insect infestation, but turning on to recharge or other microbes. And that grew a healthier plant and insects, I don't even think about them anymore. I have a very mild regime that I do during veg, and that's it. And so, yeah, field environment probably, if you can manage it, that is probably a big game changer. Yeah.
So which form of CO2 supplementation are you using? Are you using bottles or do you use burners?
I use a
or
bottle.
bags.
Yeah, no, I use the bottle. Yeah, yeah. No particular reason, or I have used burners in the past, but I seem to be able to control my temperature anyway. And growing with LEDs and using CO2, you're allowed to grow at maybe 5 degrees warmer in your room.
Yeah, definitely. I like that
waiting for a
you're able to
geography
get
thing.
away with more
Here comes the
temperature
geography.
because you can use less air conditioning
Because he lives
as well
where?
as less electricity.
Yeah.
Tell him where, Red.
Especially if you get proper insulation or high R rating stuff, you know.
Yeah,
Keep
it's like
everything in. That's the whole point of it, you know.
a double
Save-
advantage with the LED.
Yeah.
Rick,
Oh,
I would be
yeah.
remiss if I didn't ask, as someone who's been growing their own for so long, and you have the nice weather in your geographical location, have you dabbled in hash making at all?
Hash making?
Yeah.
Yeah, only using the teeth from my products and pressing it. Yeah, yeah. I really it's on my wish list to get a press, and I'm gonna get one in near future.
Heck yeah.
I can see that as one of the purest ways of extracting cannabis. Gotta be.
And it's convenient.
Yeah, you can if
Super.
you can clean that dry sift enough, you can just dab that or smoke that in bowls and stuff, and it'll be very, very clean.
Yeah, yeah.
Rick, is it a bong, a joint, a blunt, or a bowl for you? What is your preferred?
A joint. Yeah, I like a joint. Yeah, yeah. I have to admit that COVID. Well, actually, it started with how much time have we got? Now it's not a good time to start.
Yeah,
Minus
8
8
minutes.
minutes. You got 8 minutes if you
You,
can
you can run with this.
Rick,
Come on.
Rick, do you got to use a roller or can
cut
you
a couple
hand roll joints?
details, roll
Okay.
with it.
There we go. Hand roll or machine.
I do machine roll. I just got one about a year ago, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I can put a filter in it too if I feel like it. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So just want to say red leather, 49th parallel.
Yes. Crystals,
He's fixing
aliens,
He's
I was
fixing
braiding
that.
she's
He's been
If
there
you don't
since
keep the
like
curtains
the-
closed, the
braiding the
gray man will get you.
awkward pine tree behind me.
It's a pine tree.
No, it's
Huron
it's
National
like a-
Forest.
It's one of those
Some sort of palm, right?
dragons.
It's like
palm.
way the hell better than it did like 3
Pretty
weeks
neat.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's
Well,
it's-
you
well,
talk shit to him about it, and he had to put some work on it. He was like, "I can't keep
Well, it's
putting
in
this
front of a-
bedraggled motherfucker back
How
out
in
here.
front of the window.
Yeah, do something about this. Give me some
So-
soap
Nah,
touch or
nah,
something."
Skilbo. He
So,
went
a
and
few
bought a
weeks
new
ago-
one.
He got a new one. He
He
just
did,
cut
I
the
thought
chase.
you were-
No way. So this thing's almost 10 years old. This thing has like
Your
shifted
story, you tell it any way you
in
want
its
to.
own
Did
consciousness
you just start
because it's in front of
saying
the
nice
window.
words to it, Red, and that started growing better?
Well, yeah, everybody recognized it as a beautiful plant.
Did you or
now
did you not
because-
put crystals in the bottom of your pond on
Well,
the
this
soil
one-
surface?
This one doesn't have anything. The
Oh,
one
he
next
put
to it
crystals
has
in
some
the
Did you
bottom,
put the?
alright.
You didn't put
Um,
the pyramid in there with it? Come
Not
on, bro.
this one. The
Oh,
There's
the
crystals
pyramid's in
in
the
the
other
bottom
one.
already.
That's
those are
the
the
most.
other
power-
one.
Just throw the radiated cup in there. It'll be fine.
I have
Upside down
I
or
have
right side
small I have small cactus repropagating in another pot, so I have some crystals. in
Cacti?
there.
I think it's just all that love in the air.
Kicking cats.
It's a love fest over there.
So
Yeah,
I've
probably
A whole
knows
lot of
love
something about
pheromones.
there.
corner.
Whole
It
lot
was
of
in the
love
corner.
Center Farm.
Can you see
Getting a
it
little
now? Here we
foliar
go.
feeding.
It's nice.
Red pheromone
There's
farm.
a little
Tall.
foliar feeding going
I
on.
move the microphone so you can actually see how tall this thing.
Yeah, let me hear it.
You can't move the microphone. See, this thing's tall.
Put the mic closer so I can hear it breathe.
You want to listen to the plant breathe?
Yeah.
Close to the plant.
Every
The scream.
Oh, good.
Baby, come back.
There it is. There it is.
That was
and the
nice.
Plant, and the plant was breathing.
Clip
for
that,
you.
Did it say
Abolish.
yeah,
It
man?
is. Abolish. That's how I'll get the name of this plant. I forget what it's called, but it used to be twisted and braided originally, right? It's a ornamental
Oh,
house
like the
plant.
bamboo
Oh, you
stuff.
haven't given it
Yeah,
a
similar to
traditional
that.
name?
and
Like Steve or
I need
anything?
to give it a plant tag or something so I know what it
10
is
years
at all
old.
times. And it's it's
You haven't named it? It's 10 years old?
It has
Cody.
slipped my it has
Yeah,
slipped my
yeah.
memory.
Marcus.
I don't know,
Dylan.
something.
So sitting off to the side in the shade. Oh no, I don't want to leave meeting. I'm accidentally clicking off of other things. And I'm clicking out of this. Don't do that. Okay, so
Can we name it right now, Red?
left? Yes,
Kingfisher
please,
says
please
dragon
do.
tree.
Can we name
Yeah.
it Francis?
Dragon
I was
tree.
thinking
Okay, so I was
Freddy.
in the right range of a dragon. Okay,
I want to
thought
call
was a
it
dragon
Puff,
plant or
the
something.
magic
Okay,
dragon. If it's a dragon tree, it should be Puff, the magic
Puff.
dragon.
I like Puff. Just
Puff like
Puff.
Magic
I like
Dragon.
Cut it,
Puff too.
Puff.
It should definitely be Puff.
Boomers, don't overcomplicate it.
Now that it's in front of the window, it's going to get so much better because it was over here in the corner, not getting any light or love. It was like leaned way over, getting some light in the middle of the wall, trying to do its thing up where other plants might have gotten a little bit better light.
Are you running LED or HPS on that?
Oh,
That's
on
an
this? Oh, this is the full
is
force of
computer
the
screen.
of sun. This is getting full all the radiation.
It's
It's getting
Do you water it from the
Full
chalice,
frontal
the irradiated
radiation?
chalice that you have?
100%.
I overwater it and I allow it to butt chug itself.
He puts it
Oh,
in the
nice.
chalice under the
Wow.
moonlight, and
It's
it
in its-
charges.
It's in its own. Well, it's a cocoa plant. It's actually never been repotted, and I've been wanting to repot it here this season.
You're getting the dork
Giving-
calling chat from.
I want to actually put it in some Mendo mix. I got a bag of Mendo mix for all my house plants. I'm gonna give them the bougie treatment. I'm gonna go royal gold. They're gonna get the royal treatment.
Have you ever given them like
Stepping up.
recharge or anything like
Yeah.
that?
No, they're gonna get it this year though. I got a whole little deck of house plants, including a nice little spider plant that's supposed to pull negative energy out of the house. I got that from Miss C over from the Abolished Farm.
We want to see you do a top
Oh,
dress
those
with
things,
some
those
malted
things
barley,
clone themselves.
and
It's
yeah,
some
I've got
rice
one.
How
I'll
often do you hit
hulls
them
and
with some
shit.
slow release Miracle Grow?
Do you
You
do
want- you want to
IPM
see-
on your
A
plants?
little bit of kelp, maybe.
So you want to see the bamboo,
the blue
some
stuff?
bamboo, and some.
Bamboo, yes.
Thunder Dances has been root bound for 9 years.
Oh, we only got 4
Probably
minutes. We
have.
got 3 minutes left, but I want to shout this out real quick. I was at Meyer and they had their garden section open. I was walking around out there.
Shout out to Meyer.
And they have sip containers there that are like the things I grow in, but they changed the name to, instead of city pickers, they're like little pickers or something. They're way smaller, but they hold like just under a cubic foot. And I'm thinking, man,
They get them at Menards too.
those are fucking cool. They didn't
Man, I
have
want the
wheels on the
little
bottom,
pickers.
though.
They're
I'm
like
thinking I might just use those for
$7
vegetable.
What kind of dimensions did they have?
Yeah, how
It was
big
like a
are
Two
they?
by
rectangle.
two.
I was.
I didn't measure it. I
About
didn't-
yeah, but about
Okay.
2 by 2. That's not bad.
It looked like, dude, no, it was like a rectangle. So I bet you.
Oh, they get the bigger ones on the yeah.
I don't know. By the looks of it, I could probably get easily do 8 probably in a 4x4.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm wondering how many I could
Yeah.
put on my patio.
Damn.
Yeah.
A bunch.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you want to do a container garden, that'd
Dude,
be
you got to
like
do that
so
Doc
easy.
Dankenstein style, man. The fuckers, dude, man. When you sit on his back deck in the summertime, it's just the whole planter around the decks, man, just stacked out with plants that are monsters.
That's sweet.
Coming up on 2 minutes left, Rick. We have to give you a chance to do any sign-offs or closings or thanks. Anybody in chat, all that good
Shout
stuff.
out your friends, your family, your loved ones.
Foes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, where do I begin? My son, I just, he's the love of my life, and we're apart for a while now, and this whole COVID thing sucks, but we got some big things going on, him and and I just want to give a big shout out to my son, Kyle. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that. And a pleasure meeting you all. I'm curious. And you in chat. It's been a fantastic session.
It's
Super
been a very
glad you could come
Cheers,
on.
Rick.
It's been
I'm
a lot
glad you could
like
join
a,
us.
Yeah.
lot like a late sesh episode for sure. It's been very
Yeah,
fun.
Geography, fuckers.
Rick, it's been great. It's been great chatting. Been great getting parallel with you, man. We have a very nice parallel vibe.
Pleasure.
Oh, got 1 minute
Red,
left.
Red, you crack me up. Thank you
Red,
guys
shout out
for watching
Polarity.
the show. Yeah, check out
Please.
Polarity after this.
Join us at 11:30 on Polarity Science. We're
Don't
gonna
forget
go
to check out-
into all kinds of stuff: harm reduction, lemon tech. Cheers.
Come back through tomorrow night, 11 p.m. for the late session.
Check out our sponsors, State Genetics.
Oh, shit.
Easy Swap Pod, State Genetics, 2020 Mendocino.
Tag
Oh,
team.
yeah.
Right
Oh,
before
yeah.
the bell, baby.
Thank you very much, guys.
Have a great night.
Oh, perfect timing.
Red, go to your YouTube and get a link and put it in the chat for the fine folks
Yes.
that watch the
crap.
show.
I didn't even do that.
Have a good night,
Thank
guys.
you so much, Rick.
I do that.
Our pleasure, Skilbo.
I don't know if I'm.
Great